There are several things that contribute to the lackluster free roam experience in the Crew Motorfest, and today I'm going to talk about them all and point out the most important one, and then offer IVT an idea that fixes it. Well, let's go! Real quick before I get into the video, if you're looking for any of my Motorfest tunes or my Need for Speed Heat builds, I've moved everything to my website. It's militiagamingco.com. There's links in the main navigation menu for Need for Speed Heat builds and Motorfest Pro settings, so click those if you're looking for that. The link to the site is actually in the description of this video. Alright, enjoy. Alright, let's not waste any time with the list of reasons. I'll start with the most basic reasons first and then work my way up to the more complicated issues. Number 1, traffic. The AI traffic is neither heavy nor light. It's very strange. Heavier traffic would indicate a more bustling island, and it would add to the ambience and experience. However, when you attempt a free roam feat, it feels like there is way too much traffic. So increasing the traffic really doesn't make sense. Also, it's pretty clear that when you look at the comment section of my summit guides, that much of the community would prefer if traffic was either gone or ghosted during those feats, but that does take away from the challenge itself. So what's the solution? My suggestion is to increase the traffic when a player is not currently engaged in a feat, and then despawn half of that traffic when the player chooses to start one. I'm not a dev, so I have no idea if that's technically possible, but it's what makes sense in my mind. Number 2, there's no animals or pedestrians. My guess is that there's some sort of issue with the licensing for the various brands that are in the game. They probably don't want players running over pedestrians like it's GTA, but without pedestrians, the island just feels empty. I think they need to get the lawyers on this one and figure out what they can do. And with animals, we had animals in the crew too, so why didn't they make the trip to Oahu? Number 3, friends and crewmates go invisible all the time. This is just so frustrating on so many levels. It has gotten better, and I think they will eventually get it right, but free roaming with friends is nearly impossible because your crewmates just keep disappearing and reappearing. It just kills the vibe of what's going on, and it makes it hard to follow one another. The solution is to just maybe lock crewmates into the same game session or server. Again, I'm not a dev, so I don't know what the technical limitations of that are. It just seems like it would be possible considering other games have figured it out pretty well. Number 4, the map is very small. The nice thing about the Crew 2 map was that it was huge. You could literally cruise with your friends across the entire United States if you wanted to. And I think over time they will be adding to the map, so hopefully this isn't an issue for too long. But a bigger map would definitely make the free roam experience much better. And number 5, custom car shows should be an outside thing. The custom car show should be 10 times bigger than it is, and it should take place in a giant area outside where people can cruise through on foot and look at various builds, which should be organized by vehicle like most real car shows. And it should feature your friends' cars first, then if you don't have too many friends, it'll show you the random ones. There should also be a book that the player can flip through that shows pictures of every single car that's been entered so that you can truly vote on the one that you want to win. I would cruise up to that thing every single week if it were outside. This also puts a higher emphasis on your person's clothing, which happens to be a thing in this game, even though we don't really see our players like 95% of the time. And finally, the real reason why free roam sucks in Motorfest is what I like to call the crew grind. The Crew Motorfest is an absolute grind fest. If you are trying to be competitive in the various activities, you need to grind for all of your gold part sets, and there are 6 part sets for each vehicle class, which comes out to over 70 different part sets. A regular person usually has work or a family or school to go to and doesn't have the time to grind for 8 hours a day, which means when they do get on to play, I bet the majority of them try their best to be productive when it comes to earning those legendary parts and not just driving around aimlessly in free roam. I think there should be better ways to earn legendaries by doing free roam stuff, like say you get rewarded with a guaranteed legendary part for driving X number of miles per day in free roam. That challenge could change daily or weekly and require the player to use specific cars, brands, or classes. But over the course of the week, there are 7 parts for a car, and 7 days in the week, someone could just earn a full set of legendary parts in 1 week. Now, obviously, you can earn them faster than that by just grinding out races, but with a guaranteed way to get a legendary part, I bet players would actually do that, and I think they would do that and have fun in free roam with their friends. But I'm sure someone smarter than me can figure out a better way to make the free roam aspect of the game more interesting and also shorten the grind a little. This was just my dumb idea. And speaking of ideas though, if you have any ideas for how they could spice up free roam, please put them in the comments down below in case someone at IVT actually sees this video. Just make sure you're being constructive. And lastly, it takes a lot of work to put out daily content like we do here, so if you want to support the channel in a big way, you can become a member of the Militia and receive custom emojis to use in chat during live streams or the comment section of the videos, along with sneak peeks at all of the upcoming videos and members only polls and community posts, and a 20% off coupon to my Shitbox t-shirt store. There's a link to that store in the description of this video. All right, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I will catch you on the next one. Trigger out.